you missed my virtual home buyer seminar last night about the path to affordable home ownership, we're going to do a quick recap here, part of my midweek mortgage talk. So thanks for joining me. Again, there's a lot of opportunities out there in real estate, and obviously it's a lot better than renting. You're building equity. There's, a lot more opportunities as a homeowner in the future by building wealth for you and your family. I know it can be stressful, so we're here to help out. We're here to, let you know your options. We're here to present you, all your options that are available to you. So right now in this market, we're seeing a lot of demand. We are seeing a lot of demand out there, so we want to be able to point you in the right direction and, with the program, but also in your negotiations. Everyone's out there looking again. We have limited inventory, so we want to make sure we do a good job and get you to the closing table and, get you to the top of that list when people are putting in offers. I've been doing this over 20 years. We have established relationships with realtors across the Chicagoland area. So I have actually, won deals over others just because they know who they're dealing with by dealing with myself and, our company here at Fairway and how we do a great job and get you to the closing table on time. Rates are still at historically low right now. We're seeing rates in the low sixes, low to mid sixes. They're off of their highs from last year. And towards the middle or end of the year, we're going to start seeing those come down a little bit more, because when inflation goes down, the mortgage rates will as well. And that's what the Fed's trying to do. They're trying to, kind of slow down that inflation. And we are seeing that CPI number go down month over month. And I know that there's talks of recessions, but going back and looking back over the last 70 years of data, when there is a recession, there are lower interest rates. And that would even, spike up our demand a little bit more and maybe help out with the inventory, because those that are sitting in the sub-4, interest rates, they may think twice about getting into a new home because interest rates will eventually start falling. So just because there's a recession out there doesn't necessarily mean that it's, going to be affecting housing as much. It may affect housing in a good way by interest rates being a little bit lower. So building wealth for you and your family obviously is the way to go when you're out there looking at homes. And there's a lot of options, and there's a lot of options for first-time home buyers. So that's what we went through last night. And the biggest myths out there are, I need 20% down. I need perfect credit. I won't qualify. I can't afford my monthly payment. So we went through all that last night, and the recap is, we want to be able to offer to our first-time home buyers those programs that are available. And when it comes to conventional financing, we can do loans with as little as 3% down. And if your income is under a certain level, you would even be, you won't be subject to some of these loan level price adjustments, which allows you to get a better interest rate, because there's not going to be a rate adjustment for buying a condo or having a lower credit score. So there's a lot of options out there when it comes to financing with low down payment options going conventional. Then of course you always got FHA. You can do a loan with as little as 3.5%. FHA is a lot more lenient, lower credit score minimums. Whether it's FHA or conventional, funds can be gifted to you from family. You can borrow that money and or get that money gifted to you for the down payment. You can always negotiate closing costs, or even have those funds gifted to you as well. Here at Fairway, there's a couple programs that I wanted to highlight. We have a Fairway Community Access Program. If you're moving out of a certain area, and we looked that property up, we have a system here that we look the property up. You may have a grant available up to $7,500. So that is an option. We always, give me a call. Let me know if I can look up that address to see if you qualify. For everyone that's coming to us for a home loan, if you're a first-time home buyer, we're going to make sure that you're in, if you do qualify, that we'll be able to offer it to you. And then obviously you have, through the state of Illinois, down payment assistance programs through IDA, anywhere from $6,000 all the way up to $10,000. So we present, it's our job to present those options to you, and by looking at your specific scenario and see if it's a right fit, because they may not be meant for, everyone. If you have some money to put down, those down payment assistance options may not be, the way to go when it comes to your scenario. Another thing that we're offering here at Fairway, and I know I've talked about this in the past, is the Fairway Cash Guarantee. We try and get your loan through underwriting, where an underwriter signs off on that credit, income, and assets, and then we can submit an addendum to your offer stating that we're approved, we're subject to appraisal, title, and homeowners insurance, and we'll close quickly and we'll close on time. If not, or if this, you can't get into the home, or your loan gets denied after going through this process, we'll offer the seller $10,000 to walk away, or Fairway will buy their home. So that's another value add to our clients when putting in offers. So it's very important, to know those do's and don'ts throughout the process. I'm here to explain those to you. Please let me know if I can help out. I know it was a quick recap of last night's virtual home buyer seminar, but I wanted to throw that out there. And I will talk to you guys next week on Midweek Mortgage Talk. Stay tuned. We'll be talking about short-term rental income. All right. Thank you and have a great day.